Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Today, the finale of this three-game weekend set. It's the New York Mets taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Biggest storyline coming into this one is how effective this team's starting rotation has been of late. They've been on an absolute tear, Chris.
Yeah, but they've been lights out. It's almost like each starter's trying to outdo the last. Game after game, they're keeping opposing hitters just guessing up there at the dish. Can't wait to see if that momentum carries over to today.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go now. And on the mound in this one, Michael McGreevy. But Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy. No different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Francisco Lindor leading things off and takes a strike. Line drive, leaps and he's got it. Here's a Mets lineup now. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singing.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Gets the outside corner with that one.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Hit in the air, right field. Ciani under it. They got it for out number 2. Two outs, base is empty. And now it's Juan Soto. And first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
That one way outside, and now it's even 1-1. Two outs, base is empty. And a curve misses outside. 2-1.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Ring him up, says Darryl Parker. That's a strikeout. Nothing doing for the Mets. And now the Cardinals get their first shot at it here. No score. Back after this on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And today's starter, Kodai Senga. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. Some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Michael Ciani, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Swing and a ground ball. Lindor on the run, throw to first. Nicely done for the out.
Batting second.
Here's the Cardinals lineup now.
Brandon.
This team, Chris, not one that gets a lot of production from hitting homers, so they've got to find offense in other ways.
Yeah, Boog, hit sequencing is so important for this team. You know, getting that walk at the right time, coming up with that next knock or extra base hit so that you can actually play to run. If not, then you see the record go in the direct opposite direction of where it could go. So, you know, a team like this, the good thing, they're going to battle. They're going to put the ball in play and hope that they can find those holes.
Senga, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. And that one is downstairs. Now 1-2.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him, that when things get a little rough out there, they know he'll find his way through it.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. How much of the ability to do that in a tight spot is the mental approach?
I think it's very much being able to have a laser-like focus, slow everything down, stay right in that moment, pitch to pitch execution, and focusing on that catcher's mitt.
And it remains 2-2. And foul ball. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
I got 3
and that's down and away. Line to left. Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
But when you see that many pitches in an at-bat, your chances of succeeding go up. And right there, we see the result.
One out. Runner at second. Contreras will hit next. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
0-1.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
1-2 to Contreras. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting fourth.
Here's Nolan Gorman.
He really needs to start making more contact. Striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games.
0-1's the count.
Swing and a foul out of play. Outside low, and that's ball 1.
1 ball, 2
Donovan
strikes.
stands at second with 2 gone.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. So one left for the Cardinals, scoreless after one. Back here in St. Louis, here's Pete Alonso.
The designated hitter, Pete Alonso.
Alonso batting in the cleanup spot, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. McGreevy back to work. That one fouled off. Swings and misses. And it's 0-2.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea.
Away, away, away. Clearly that was the plan right there. He just wasn't able to put it in play, and that should tell you something as a hitter. Sometimes you're a little too conscious of the inside pitch, and you're not able to cover that outside part of the plate. So clearly some adjustments to be made next time.
Jeff McNeil stands in. That's off the mark. Ball one. Second inning here, no score. Comebacker to the mound. Fires over to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Batting sixth, first baseman, Mark Vientos.
2 down, bases empty. Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. Hitting .500 in the series coming into this one. 5 for 10. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
0-1. That's a ball. 1-1.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
What a stop. Fires to first, and they get the out.
This guy's anticipation is off the charts. Don't see many shortstops better than that. Great job to complete the play and end the inning.
Back in St. Louis as the Cardinals come up to hit here in the last of the second. We head to the bottom of the second, and now the DH, Alec Burleson. Late with the swing there.
So hard to touch.
0-1's the count.
I mean, at the top of the zone, 99, 98, even 97. As pitchers do such a good job of teasing that part of the zone, just elevating a little bit. It looks good because you see it for a good while as a hitter. Looks juicy, and by the time you swing, it's almost to the catcher's mitt.
And now Jordan Walker.
Wonder she love me cause I am on TV. Think that she know me, she never believe. Came from the bottom, trying to reach.
And first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Got him swinging. That K is his third of the game.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Now up for St. Louis, Mason Wynn. He was hitless in 4 at-bats yesterday. That one's in there. That's strike one.
0-1.
On the ground, right side. McNeil gets it to first. That's the inning. Nothing across here this half. End of 2 here at Busch Stadium. No score. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, it should be a good outing for him.
Fly ball down the line. Ciani settles underneath it. And out number 1 on the grab.
Batting 8th, third baseman, Brett Beatty.
Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Just 1 hit in his last 5 games.
Fastball for a strike. 1 out, bases empty. In the air, out towards right center. Hellman sizes this one up. Drops into the glove. 2 away down.
Batting 9th, catcher, Luis Torrens.
And stepping in for New York, Luis Torrens. Up and in, 1-0.
Ball 1, no strike.
Top of the 3rd, no score.
Ball 2. 2-0.
Now
Nope,
3-0. Francisco Lindor waiting to hit for the Mets.
Hey!
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Ciani. And that's the 3rd out. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Pedro.
Can't seem to save a single thing. Who's afraid of evil thing? Constituent to time and people's dreams. Far from the norm, we appear quite average. No mask, no costume, no pre-exposed lavish. I'm mad as to kill cats. Courtesy, constant. Some pose back.
And that's downstairs. Ball 1. And that drops in for a strike. Right through there for a strike. Next
Ball
pitch off the
outside.
play. It's 2-2. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, it's a nice job with the cutter right there. He didn't exactly catch the corner of the zone, but that's one of those where the late movement probably fooled the umpire a little bit. Those guys do not have an easy job. I thought it was a good take overall, and, you know, it's one of those things where you leave it in the umpire's hands. You just don't know what the answer is going to be, and that time he lost.
Fought off foul. One down, base is empty. Hit on the ground to short. Lindor. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Well, from the time you're a little leaguer, you're taught to hustle out of the box and give it a full sprint through the base regardless of how you hit it. And he didn't make great contact, but the effort was there, and he earns the base hit.
There goes the runner. That's in for a strike. Throw to second.
He's out.
Wow, what an incredible throw right there. And he might not have had time to get to his feet and catch that runner. That's an incredible display of arm strength.
Two down, nobody on. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
0-2.
And down on strikes. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On to inning number 4. We're tied, 0-0.
We're just trying to dance, yo, turn up the bass. We about to go. What's about to happen, girl? You already know.
Back here at Busch Stadium, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Francisco Lindor. Foul ball there.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And that curveball drops in there for a strike.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Inside, almost got him.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Now a check swing, but he held up. The other way, makes the grab, 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Starling
Here's
Marte.
Starling Marte. He's 0 for 1. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. 4th inning underway, no score. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
That one's upstairs, ball 1. And there's a ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
In the dirt. Throw to first, and it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what,
Now
pitcher and
batting,
catcher on the
right
same
fielder,
page right now.
Juan Soto.
Here's Juan Soto. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
To the right side, and it goes just foul. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Outside. And the count 1-2.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
This one in the air, center field. Donovan on his way over. He's got it. And that is out number 3. On to the bottom of the 4th now. Still with no score. Back here in St. Louis, ready to go, bottom 4. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Brendan Donovan. And that's off the outside edge. And that is ball one.
You know, these Cards, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Up next for the Cardinals, first baseman.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that's in there at the knees.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all three swings.
Next pitch is outside.
Good location, good take. Sometimes you want the hitter to prove he can lay off that pitch.
All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Got him. So he picks up his sixth strikeout of the ball game.
We're going to take a look at the pitch sequence of that at bat, and the thing to notice are the pitch locations. Every single one of them on the edges of the strike zone, and as a hitter, that can be pretty frustrating because you don't expect the pitcher to be able to make quality pitches one after another like that. And so those are tough spots to do damage, and a great demonstration of pitch command, and it got him a punch out that time.
Gorman in the box with two gone, and takes a look at a called strike. And that one in the air center field. Nimmo has it sized up. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. Through four, still tied. Zip, zip. All set for the start of the inning. So now here's the Mets DH, Pete Alonso. McGreevy back to work. That missed by a lot. And that's ball one.
Well, these Mets just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Not close with that one. 3 balls, no strikes.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
Let's see if he gives them anything to hit here. And there's ball four. And that's their first base runner of the game.
That could jumpstart an offense that's really struggled to score in this one. Don't want to wake a team up with the free pass.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. Grounded out his first time. In for a strike. 0-1.
It's just been an impressive outing so far. Continues to pound the zone pitch after pitch, and he's been able to stay down. That's what's been key.
Checks his swing. Now would appeal to third. No swing. Just held it back there. The Mets hitless so far in the game. Close, but called a ball. Ball two.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Three balls, one strike.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
And that one fouled off. Payoff pitch. Line drive. Caught.
That's a big first out of the inning. He showed off his skills catching the line drive, but most importantly, he kept the runner out of scoring position. Things would look a little different if he didn't make that play.
And now it's Mark Vientos. He's 0 for 1. Double play ball to second. Steps on the bag for one. And that's two. He's through 5 without allowing a hit. And we still have no score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the Cardinal DH, Alec Burleson, 26 years old. He's usually in right field, but today he's getting the DH treatment. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Well, a nice day off for him, not having to jog out to the outfield. Gets to be in the DH spot. Be curious to see how he keeps himself in a rhythm, not playing defense.
One ball, 2 strikes.
The wind of the pitch. Ground ball right side, and that chance handled. And he takes it himself for the out.
Now batting, third baseman, Jordan Walker.
Now the third baseman, Jordan Walker. Went down on strikes his first time through.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
Right through there for a strike. Way out front for strike 2.
One ball.
Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. That one missed.
2-2 to count.
Misses, and now it's 3-2.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Battling here as he fouls it away. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. That's a base hit. He forced a lot of pitches to be thrown and ends up collecting a hit.
Everything came together for him. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Now move to first. Walker back in on a dive. Now here is Mason Wynn. Fouled off down the right side. Walker, the base runner at first with 1 out. Runner on the go. On the ground. And it's through for a hit. Throw into third. In there safely.
Back-to-back base hits. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield. A chance now to take the lead. And at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Runners in the corners here, 1 away. And up next for St. Louis, Pedro Pajes. That's to third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still able to fire over, and they get it. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they clean things up for the out. Michael Helmer, next up for the Cardinals. Reached on an infield single his first time. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. If you're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Two outs and 1 in scoring position. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We're through 5. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Mets nothing.
You can never be like me. Yeah, I push until I bleed. And I keep it so 100, not afraid to show my teeth. You can never be like me. Yeah, I push until I bleed. And I keep it so 100. Yeah, I got some enemies. Give it all you got. Give it all you got.
And we're back.
Leading
Top
off to the
6.
Mets,
Here's Brandon
center fielder,
Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo.
Right down to shoot, and that's strike 1.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
And that one missing low. And that
No bets off the plate.
misses.
Ball
2
2.
balls and a strike. Right through there for a strike. Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Now here is Brett Beatty. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. First pitch not close. The Cards leading by a run, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Rips that one to right. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. Now he'll turn for second, and it's a double. Their first hit in this one.
And just like that, the no-hitter is over. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
One out, runner at second. So up next for New York, Luis Torrens. Flied to right his first time. And a swing and a miss.
0-1.
The 0-1. And that is out of play. Man at second. That one outside. 1-2 the count. Breaking ball misses down and away.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
And a swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Here's Francisco Lindor. 0 for 2 in this one.
Lindor.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
On the ground, right side, Gorman. In plenty of time to first. That ends the frame. Another inning in the books, but not before they put a hit on the board and erase the no-no. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Mets nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Right fielder, Michael Ciani.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. And that's in for a strike. Swing and a pop-up. McNeil And makes the grab. And there's one away.
Now batting, left fielder, Brendan
Donovan. The next to hit, 1 for 2. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Hard hit to third. Whips it to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, first baseman, Wilson Contreras.
Here's Contreras now, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Two down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Marte makes the catch. And that is that. We go to the top of the 7th. Starling Marte up to hit.
Hitting is all about anticipation, and right now this lineup is struggling with it. Their swings are mistimed, and it's produced a few ugly cuts here and there.
Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. JoJo Romero appears to be getting loose. Fernandez warming up as well. Looking to get the tying run on base. Check swing, called strike. Next pitch is outside.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Next one misses, and the count is even, 2-2. Upstairs.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Got him looking. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Michael McGreevy gives way, and he was a tough nut to crack. Pretty stingy from start to finish. Back with the new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching.
New pitcher for the Cardinals, JoJo Romero.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Juan Soto now. Both the infield and the outfield shifted over to the right. There's a strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
And ball 1. Swing and a tapper. The flip, and very nicely done for the out.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He is struck out, and he is walked. Pulls that one foul. Next offering misses, and the count is 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
And there's the ball. Base hit. So the tying run reaches with 2 away.
Now batting.
So, Singy, let's dive into the numbers, courtesy of StatCast. Do you even feel contact being made when you hit a ball that hard?
No, I don't think so, Boog. I mean, that's just the best feeling in the world as a hitter. You square it up perfectly, and it's like you didn't even swing the bat. And there are times the ball feels heavy off your bat. You know it, but this is not one of those cases. He sent this one flying 114 miles per hour, so that's flexing your muscles a little bit. But with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
And that one is lifted in the air. And that'll do it. And the Redbirds bullpen comes through. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Mets nothing. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Nolan Gorman.
That's in there. 0-1. And that one clips the corner.
Ball 1.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. That one
That's
just
out.
misses. And that skips into dirt. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Next is the designated hitter, Alec Burleson.
Designated hitter, Alec Burleson.
And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Gets under it and pops it up. Nabs it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Jordan
Walker next up for the Cardinals. And that one popped in the air, left field. Brings it in. That is the inning.
now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. John King.
47.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Well, one-run game. Mark Vientos digs in now. That one's in there. Strike one. And that's outside.
Ball one.
Liner, caught it second.
That'll drive you crazy as a hitter if you let it. I mean, he couldn't have hit that ball more on the screws than he did, and yet he's got nothing to show for it. Hang with him. I know the feeling.
And now it's going to be Brandon Nimmo. First pitch just misses.
Evidently not too impressed with that call, and it feels like he got squeezed on the outside corner, so he's making his case. You got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing your frustration with the umpire, and he felt this was his time.
Next offering is in for a strike. Holding on to a one-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. Inside and a count 2-1. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Going back on this one. Dives. What a play.
Just a great job of concentration there as he leaves the ground to go airborne to make a diving catch. That's a tough play, but he got the job done.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Swinging a foul straight back. King, 30 years old now, and he was a 10th round pick back in 2017. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Next pitch is downstairs. Two outs. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. That one misses. Full count now. Luis Torrens in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And the tying run is on base.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it. Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
So they turn to their closer, Ryan Helsley.
He's doing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
Now a move being made for a pinch hitter, Jesse Winker. Big spot for him here. takes a slider for a strike. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead.
Nope, that's down.
Facing a closer that delivers big-time velocity.
Well, normally against a big arm with this kind of velocity, you look for the ball down because the fastball up is a little hard to catch up to. But he's shown really good plate discipline by not offering at that last pitch down.
That one at triple digits.
Two strikes.
Baden leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Fouls it off, still 1-2. To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Mets nothing. So coming into the game now on defense, Francisco Alvarez. He takes over behind the plate.
Number 4.
Now it's going to be Mason Wynn. Senga back to work. Just off the outside edge. And that's ball 1. And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. And it's 1-2.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
The 2-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Just missed. Lifted in the air, right field. Soto hauls it in for the out. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, catcher Pedro.
And here's the catcher, Pedro Pajes. Oh, and they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
And another ball. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Base is empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. He makes the grab. 2 down.
Now batting, center fielder Michael.
So up next, Michael Hellman.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
That's in there. Strike 1.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Man, he is just dialed in right now. Every pitch thrown with so much conviction.
And 1-2. Outside. Next
Three
pitch
balls,
misses.
2 strikes.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Draws the walk
Ball
there.
4. Take your base.
Oh, very close with the location right there. It's just tough to get rewarded on the
Now
call with
batting,
pitches near the
right
top of the
fielder,
strike zone.
Now batting Michael Ciani.
Ciani.
0 for 3 in this one. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Kodai Senga out of the game, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming up. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for New
Taking
York.
over on the mound for the Mets,
Number 33.
A.J. Minter. He last
A.J.
pitched 2
Minter.
days ago. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. And that
Ball
one
that
upstairs, ball 1.
Runner.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there.
1 ball.
Throw to
2
second.
strikes.
Out there. And that ends the inning.
The catcher definitely looked ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
When you in the presence of my crown, the beat drop, I won't let it hit the ground. Now you can fix your friend.
And welcome back to the
Leading off for the
ballpark.
Mets.
All set to start the 9th in this
Francisco
one.
Lindor.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Francisco Lindor. And the
Ball,
pitch is
that's off the plate.
outside, ball 1.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the ball.
That one almost got him.
strike.
Straighten him up a little bit.
The 2-1. Outside corner for a strike.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, we see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
He's 2 outs away. And next for the Mets, Starling Marte. In there for strike 1. Next
1-1.
offering is outside. And it's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
One down, base is empty. That one misses. The count now 2-2.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. That one misses. And a full count now. Juan Soto in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Now only one out remaining.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, you got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the #3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Now Juan Soto. Pitch misses there,
outside.
and it's 1-0.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Ground ball, and this should do it. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the players standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these pitchers did on the mound today.
1-0 the final. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
I'ma keep this feeling close to me, but I think I lost.